everybody. I'm just downtown in the city. I'm going to talk loud because there is a lot of noise. You know, it occurred to me, a friend of mine said some months ago on Facebook, something like, it always appears like everything is well. And I want to address that because I feel like that's chock full and there's a lot to say about that. And I appreciate her saying that. First of all, when I moved to this country 14 years ago, I moved here by myself. And I had decided that the only way that I can do this is with the positive attitude. And I'm going with the positive attitude. I'm setting my face like flint. And I'm not going to let anybody shake that. Because how do you make Aliyah? How do you move to the country of Israel by yourself with a negative attitude? I just can't see that happening. So God had showed me how to pray and how to be. And so I use Facebook to connect with my friends around the globe, to share the gospel, to share the hope in Messiah Yeshua, to be real, to inspire people, to talk about real things. I'm not a weather girl. I can do, the weather for about 1 minute. To be an encouragement to people. And we all have different reasons why we use it. To share the love and the life and the joy of God. Yeah, I struggle like everybody else. I choose to use it for the reasons that I choose to use it. And I'm in the Lord, and I do have a gift of joy. And He has given me a mantle of joy. And so for the most part, that's what I try to share on Facebook. But I appreciate my friend telling me that, because if we're only sharing the good things, then it looks like everything's good, right? Well, now we've been living in this gruesome war for a month, and I think I'm doing better, and I'm moving through the trauma, and I have a lot of energy, and then the next day I don't. So it's kind of like the grieving process, like you do and then you don't. You're on, you're off, you have energy, you don't. I spoke to another sister in the faith this morning, and it's like the grieving process. You think you're doing better and you are moving forward, but then you feel like you're moving backward, and it's all part of this process. And everybody in this land is grieving, except the terrorists, I guess. But the Israelis have suffered a horrible blow. However, as I said yesterday, we've picked ourselves up by our bootstraps in the Lord, and we are moving forward. But go easy on yourself, child of God who lives here in Israel, because you can think you're doing better, and you are. But then the next day you don't seem to have energy again, because we've been mourning and we've been grieving, and yet we are worshiping through the grief, because we know that worship has intercession and prayer in it as well. And it's interesting because the nations are intercessing through prayer, but we who live here, who are living in the war, are worship. We must worship. I mean, that is key. That is my very life breath. And within the worship is prayer and intercession. So God bless you from the city of the great King, Yeshua.